Hello there, folks. Joe Wazoo here today. I want to talk about a new device I got in here that I want to do a quick little demo with that I think is an awesome tool everybody should have in their bag of tricks. I just got this loop simulator in from PLCtools.com, and it's a fantastic product to mimic a 0 to 20 milliamp, 4 to 12 milliamp, or 0 to 10 volt analog input for a signal. So in this example today, I'm going to be using this in conjunction with my FlexEdge product and a couple cards I have on that. So let's go ahead and build a Crimson database to get this running. So I'll do File New. I'll be using the DA70. I like the full web page here, so I'll do that. Not doing anything with sleds here, so I'll just click OK here. And then modules. Since I've got some I/O cards on my rack, I'll click on modules, and I'll just put in what I've got here. I've got a 8DIO card. This guy's in module 1. Click OK. Module 2 is a 6 universal input. That one there. Click OK. And module 3 is the one we're going to be using for this, which is a mix card. This one right here. It's really cool because it's got 4 analog inputs and then a couple discretes you can use. So I'll pick that guy. Notice in Crimson down here, the hardware is red. Also, I'm going to be using my camera for this, so hopefully you can see that on the screen. We'll see how well this works. So if I click on hardware, I'm going to hit commit changes. When I get done, I should get a new tab down here that says modules. There it is, modules. So I'm going to be using channel 3 with this guy. So I'm going to go to modules. I'm going to click on module 3. That's the one we're using. I'm using channel 3, and I'm going to use it as a 0 to 20 milliamp channel. So I'll go ahead and choose 0 to 20 milliamps. I'm going to leave all this here as default settings. So let's go over here to data tags, and let's create a new tag here, and let's call this one AI _3 _ raw. We'll just call it raw for now. And I'm going to map that to that module 3. So I'll go down here to module 3, choose the analog inputs, status, and I'm going to channel 3, so I'm going to use PV3 here. Click OK. Now it's set up there. We want to see this on our display page, so we'll go over here to display page. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. I'm going to change the background color here to white, and then my font will be black. So there's the page, and if I move this out of the way to here, go over here to data tags on the left, drag this guy out here like so. We'll place it right here, make it be a little bigger. I'll make that font be bigger by clicking once. Ghosted box comes up. Boom, 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 boom. Capital B for bold. There we go. Since we're using the FlexEdge, we're going to use the web server. So in web server, it always defaults to this. I'm going to make it use port 80 instead. There. And if I go to the features tab, I'm going to enable remote control just in case we want to do something on there. And the other thing I like in Crimson 3.1 and 3.2, I really like the bare displayed scale for my web page. That looks awesome. All right, that's perfect. One more thing to address here in device configuration. Out of the box, Ethernet 1 is set up as a DHCP. I'm using Ethernet 2, and the default setting on Ethernet 2 is 192.168.222.222. So that looks good. So let's go ahead and download this to our unit. Say yes. Brand new build we're doing right here. Alrighty. And if I go to my web page here, there's the web thing. We'll go over here to enhanced, click remote view, and we can see right now the number is 11 here. Okay. So right now, if I use my little screen here, let's see if I can turn it on. So I got it turned on. I know it's probably a little fuzzy, but I'm going to choose current 2-wire. And currently it's putting out 0 milliamps on here. So if I change this, let's see if I can do this. Here we go. So as you see me ramping up this value, you can see that number on the screen is changing. Doesn't make sense yet, but I just want you to notice that the number is changing. So right now I'm at 11 milliamps on the meter. Well, if I go back to Crimson, go to modules, that's where I'm at. Notice here, team, the default on here is 0.0 to 100.0. But in reality, this is the number 10,000. So it's going to go between 0 to 10,000 on that span. So if I go back to the web browser here, Now if I take this guy all the way up to 20 milliamps, there I'm at 20 milliamps, and you can see it's at 10,000, a little bit over. It actually will go over a little bit, but anyway, so that's full scale, but I want this to show on the screen more of a 0.0 number to 20 milliamp number. So in Crimson, I'm going to go data tags over here. I'll leave this one as raw, and let's just go ahead and create another tag. We'll just make a copy of this guy. Smart duplicate, this button right here. And this one, I'm going to change the name of it to little m big A, because I want it to show as a milliamp number. So on this one, down here where it says do not scale, I'm going to choose scale to integer right here. And I know the raw value is coming in as 0 to 10,000. But I want this to show up as a 0 to 20 milliamps. So I'll put a 0 here, and I'm going to do a 20.0 here. Let's see if it causes any problems here. Notice I said scale to integer, so let's see what it does. 1, 2, 3, I'll click enter. So it barked at me and said, hey, that must be an integer value. Well, I'm going to make this be a floating point, and then I'll go down here and put 20.00 like that. Okay? So now if we go over here to display pages, let's go ahead and drag this guy out. Notice the pi symbol means it's a floating point. And I'm going to be quick here and copy from all the same formatting here. Boom. And then I'll right click on this guy to same size as this guy. And then I'll line this one up with the left of this guy here. All right, let's download this and let's see what happens. So now if you look at the screen, we're sitting here at 20 milliamps here on the screen, but I got a couple extra decimal points on here. So if I go back to Crimson and go to data tags over here, go to the format for this guy, go to the format for my milliamp tag, hit the pick button here, change it to a numeric, and by changing it to a numeric type, that gives me access to digits before, which is 2, is 20, 2.0, that's number there. The screen times out, by the way, that's all right. And change it to 0 there. Now if I go to my, you know what, also I'm going to do in here, down below here where it says units, I'll put a little m big A here. Okay? All right, now if we go to display pages, click on the screen, it'll update here, 1, 2, 3, boom, there it is. But I hit the download, and let's see the real thing here on the, well, okay, so did I not put 2 zeros after? Hold on here. Oh, I forgot to put 2 zeros after. Sorry. 2 decimal points after will give me the 20.00. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, I missed that. There it is. So now, if I turn this down, you can see that it follows accordingly to the screen that's on the simulator, which is pretty cool. One more thing I want to show you that I think is really neat about the simulator is if I click the OK button here, I can go into this section here called Sweep Cycle, which I think is pretty sweet. Go into here, and I can say Run Cycle, and now look what it's going to do. It's going to ramp up and down between 0 to actually 22 milliamps here. So we'll let it go. And you can see it's going to ramp all the way up and down automatically, which is pretty cool. And while it's doing this, you'll see it go above here. It should have. But I can also go in here, and I think here, let's see here, it should be in the cycle. Go back to there, that's correct. I pause it, but I can also graph this. Let's see, where is it at here? Yeah, that's all right there. Hold on here. Oh. So you can put it in a mode there where it'll actually graph it on that screen, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. Because on the unit there, I can see it ramp up and down as well, and on here. So if I wanted to do that same thing here in Crimson, what if I wanted to show this visualization like it's ramping on here? Well, I can just simply go to, got this soon, we'll just simply go to our plot tab here, I think. This is a quick way. And go to plot, do continuous, leave all this alone here by default. You know, I might have to put in right here, my minimum value is 0, my maximum value is 20.00. If I go to display pages, And then the right side, go to primitives, go into core primitives, and maybe where did we move that? Oh, you know, it's down here in legacy primitives, in Crimson 3.2. Right here, this little quick plot tool. Drag this out here, make this guy be a little bigger, double click, and we want it to follow this tag right there, and it doesn't get the tag, so we'll just put 0 here to 20.00, and we'll change the line to red, that way we can see it. Figure, we'll give it an edge. Alright, let's see what happens here. So there you can see the quick plotter now should be doing about the same as what's going on here, which is pretty stinking cool if you ask me. Anyway, I think this product is a dynamite tool that everybody should have in their bag of tricks. There's so much more you can do with this thing. It's really a nice tool to have. So anyway, just wanted to point that video out using this guy here to simulate. I'm doing a 2-wire, so I've got it wired up just like this into my unit, and I've got this thing wired just like this into this particular unit, and I'm going to terminal analog input number 3 on this guy. So I am going this negative here, this is going to the negative, and this here is going to the positive coming out of that meter on that thing, wired just like they're showing right here. So pretty cool little product to have, I think, in your bag of tricks. Anyway, thanks a lot, team. Have a great day. See you later.